So the first feature of the Panasonic GH5 that we need to talk about is the unlimited recording limit. So the GH5 gives you unlimited recording if you give it sufficient power and a big memory card. The camera will keep recording and keep recording and keep recording until you press the stop button. That feature alone gives you peace of mind, because some cameras are limited to 30 minutes, and sometimes when you exceed the 30-minute limit, you are recording but the camera is not recording, so you are talking but the camera is not recording, and you will realize it later that you have spent about 10-15 minutes talking and the camera was not recording and you have to repeat. So unlimited recording is a very important feature of the GH5, and that makes it viable in 2025. The next very important feature of the GH5 is the dual SD card. This camera, sometimes you need to back up your content, because sometimes you record instances or activities that do not repeat. So having two memory cards, one for recording and another one for backing up whatever it is you are recording, gives you peace of mind. If one SD card decides to misbehave, you have a backup. The third feature, analysis in terms of usability, is the 4K recording. You see, some cameras purport to have 4K, which is like a marketing gimmick, but now when you talk about 4K and GH5 in one sentence, you are talking about solid 4K video that is so sharp, your eyes adjust their sitting position in order to consume this content that is so sharp, so clean, your eyes will notice it immediately. And this is even with lenses that are not meant to be that fast. I'm talking about a 3.5 to 5.6 lenses like the one I used in the video clips that I am sharing. You can see that this 4K is so sharp, and not many cameras are able to produce this kind of sharp 4K video. Even some full frame cameras like the 5D Mark IV, I have seen videos where the GH5 was able to beat the 5D Mark IV in terms of sharpness. Another feature of the GH5 is the 4K cropping mode. So the 4K cropping mode of this camera makes sure that if you don't have a cylinder or a gimbal and you want those sweeping shots or up and down shots or perpendicular shots, you can do it with the GH5 inbuilt 4K crop mode. This feature alone makes you not go out with a cylinder or a gimbal, which is one photography equipment that you leave behind, and you save yourself the pain of carrying all that extra weight. So sometimes you try to hand hold the sweeping shots and you discover that your hands are not steady enough to make it smooth. So with the 4K crop mode, this camera makes sure that you end up with very clean sweeping shots like the ones I am sharing. Another feature of the GH5 is the numerous recording formats. Some cameras limit you to a few formats. The GH5 gives you so many recording formats that you are spoiled of choices. If you want to record wide almost square, 16 by 9. If you want to record in HD in all those formats or in 4K, the GH5 gives you so many recording formats. No matter what platform you are recording for, there is always a format for that platform in the GH5. Another feature of the Lumix GH5, now that the GH5 has been around for quite some time, the range options for this camera is unlimited. If you have a small budget, big budget, you will find a range for the GH5 for your budget. So when you buy this camera, you will not need to worry about not being able to find lenses that will give you the kind of video you want with the GH5. Another feature of the GH5 is the IMBs. So when you are using a camera in the field sometimes, and I think most of times, and I also presume it won't be better if it won't be every time you go out with the camera that gives you the ability to hold it and press record button and end up with video clips that are usable, almost 99% of them. That would be the best camera, and that is the GH5. I went out with the GH5 having never used it in the past, and majority of the video clips that I recorded, and majority I mean almost all of them, the ones that were not usable are the ones that I was testing the autofocus. But now when I used the single servo focus, whereby I focus once and start recording, most of those videos I handheld them, and almost all of them, I think all of them are usable. So a camera that gives you the liberty to use all the video clips that you record with it because they are clean, they are stable. That is a very good camera, and GH5 is that camera just because of the IMBs. So if you want a camera that does that, why not buy the GH5? Another feature of the GH5 is the price. Right now you could find a GH5 for $700. That is the cost of brand new entry-level DSLR or mirrorless cameras, which do not have as many features as the GH5. So why would you spend your money on a camera that does not have enough features when GH5 exists, which has numerous features for the same price range or for the same price? So on the account of price, GH5 will beat all the entry-level cameras. I don't think there is any entry-level camera for that price that will even come near to competing with the Lumix GH5. Another feature of the GH5 is the color science of the GH5. It is like Panasonic took all the colors of other different cameras and they combined all of them and they came up with these colors that looks just like all the other colors have been combined. So they are not, you see, the colors of Nikon are specific and unique when you see them. The Sony the same, the Canon, the home colors the same, but the GH5 is like moderate colors. They are not leaning on one side like the other cameras. They are just there, pleasing, looking nice, and all that. And that is the colors that of all the cameras I've used, pleases me the most the colors of the Lumix. And I think Panasonic in general, because I have watched other videos from other creators, and my favorite colors are Panasonic colors. So, having done with the features of the GH5, I think those features are already enough for $700. So the only feature of the GH5 that will trouble you is the unreliable autofocus. But to solve that issue, I think if you use wide lenses and you focus on an area of action or activity, and you use single servo AF, whereby you focus once and the camera locks focus on that place, then like in this talking head video, the video will be in focus the entire time. So I think the unreliable autofocus of the GH5 can be overcome. So you need not to worry about that, whether you are a talking head or you are sitting behind the camera recording other activities. Based on the stability of the camera, even when you hand hold it, because of the stability and the weight, even when you hand on it, when you focus once, the camera will keep focus where you focus, and that is why most of the videos you record with the GH5 will be usable. So I could continue talking about the features of the GH5, even the ones that I have forgotten. When you remember them, they are awesome. So there is no reason why you might mislead yourself to think that GH5 is old. There are newer cameras. GH5 will always be GH5. The way it amazed people when it came out, it continues to amaze people even today in 2025. And that is the reason why I think I will open a Patreon account so that you can help me buy my own GH5. The one that I used was someone else's. So I think this brings us to the end of this video, and see you in the next video.
JM Photography KC Image.